Okay, good morning, seniors. Welcome to today's session. Today we're going to be looking at a few different things. Okay, the takeaways that we're going to be looking for is what kind of training approach do we need to consider when we're training the youth population? All right, and then also what is the main goal of youth physical development? And then the last thing in terms of a key takeaway that we will look for is when is the best time to start training. Okay, so if you look at your resources on the third page, okay, you'll see two different training models. One is for females and one is for males. And you can see the age bracket up the top end of the both models. Okay, one thing that's very prevalent is that at the very early stages we need to focus on more functional movement skills. I remember as last week we need to just underpin those skills and get them right from the start. And then you can look at more body weight, more less stressful types of training parameters. As you get older and more, your fundamentals are better, then you can start to implement different types of training parameters and get a bit more specific towards your sport and your goals. Okay, so just on that, going back to what training do we need to consider, or what training approach do we need to consider when training the youth? Similar to what I just said, all right, it needs to be a slow, steady, kind of filtering things in as we go. All right, we don't need to make it too difficult. We don't need to make it too heavy. We do need to consider training age versus biological age versus chronological age. We need to consider where you are in terms of your hormone development. Um, and they're all things that are kind of key giveaways. The height, peak height velocity. So when you take a growth spurt, it's a very clear indicator that you're going through hormonal changes, and it's actually an excellent time to train or to continue to train. All right. What is the main goal of youth physical development? The main goal is to just build a solid foundation for the future, essentially. Okay. The more that um the more that you train at a younger age in the correct form, uh, the better that you withstand the chances to be injury resistant further down the line, to be able to do things that you want to be able to do on a consistent basis, to perform in your sport, to perform at life. And it's part of a long term athletic development model where you start from a very young age, be it swimming or gymnastics, and then you kind of filter in some team sports, some resistance training, and then you might follow a career of professional sport, or you might just follow a lifestyle or a healthy living lifestyle. So again, what is the main goal? It's just to build a solid foundation, a sound structure within the body that allows you to do all these other things that you want to do. All right. And then lastly, when is the best time to start training? Well, as I said earlier, swimming from a very young age, doing gymnastics from a very young age, uh, taking part in sport is still youth physical development. Um, and then obviously then you can start to kind of sneak in resistance training or planned and prepared movement sessions. All right, so when we say training, it doesn't mean we have to go in and lift weights in the gym. It can just mean that we need to understand mobility more. We need to do like some actually structured sessions within our week that help us improve for our sport or for our life. Okay, so when is the best time to start training? As early as possible. There's just different stages of training that are more suitable for different stages of life. Okay. Um, Again, go down to that last page. Okay, you'll see all the way across your age and when it's a good time to start leaking in these different styles of training. Um, as I said earlier, the unstructured, basic, non weight required body weight kind of exercises are all at the very younger and earlier ages. Once we're a bit more adequately prepared based off our previous exercising and training models, then we can start to kind of leak in these different training modalities, power, speed, strength, agility, hypertrophy. All these things can't go straight into them. They tend to be best implemented when we've got a really solid foundation to work from. Okay.